Hey there guys, it's Ali here from Empire, and thank you so much for coming back to the channel. I'm super excited to show you guys all of the progress that we've made for my property here in Rotherham. Now this is a BRR property that we sourced for an investor of ours that our company is doing the entire refurb. Now first thing I'd like to mention is that we've got a skip out in the front of the property. Now what we've basically been doing is filling up the skip with all of the rubbish from the garden, all of the woodwork from the inside of the properties, all of the old skirting boards, all of the old architraves, and all the rubbish from the inside of the property coming into this skip. As you guys can already see, we've got the to-let board already up. Now basically throughout this entire refurb process, we've brought a couple of agents in to give us some sort of idea for the rental income. Now we projected $775 per calendar month for our investor, and this estate agent here has told us $825 to go in the market, although we'll be going in the market at $795. Now basically the reason that we've put the to-let board up already is just to see what level of interest we can get without actually advertising on the market yet. Now just by putting this to-let board up, we've had plenty of inquiries already, people coming by taking photos of the board to see if they can get in the property and rent it, which shows you the immense demand in this type of area. We're 1.5 months into this refurb with a timeline of 2 months, so we are looking good so far. As you can see, all of the rubbish from the front of the property has been cleared and put into the skip. We've got a brand new front composite door. Now this door here we managed to get in for under £100. Now this is exactly what you guys need to be doing to ensure that you guys do refurbs in budget. Now this entire refurb that you see here is £26,000. Now that includes brand new doors and brand new windows throughout the entire property, which we managed to get in all for under £2,000. Coming in now to the main front reception area and dining area and kitchen, we are looking a lot different than what we used to look before. Now, what I would like to start off and mention is that throughout this entire property, we've put brand new skirting boards, architraves, new electrics, new central heating, double glazed UPVC windows, and everything from top to bottom has been fully plastered, and new kitchen, new bathroom, and so on and so forth. We're just doing the last finishing touches of paint, making sure the property stands and pops just before we get the flooring in. To get the property looking like this, first step was to get the property completely cleared out. Now that consisted of removing all of the skirting boards and architraves of the property and getting all the previous wallpaper stripped off to allow us to do external board installation and full plaster work. All of the refurbs that we do to an EPC C+ standard. Now what that basically consists of is bringing a draft assessor into the property and doing external board installation throughout on the property. And what I exactly mean by that is that these walls, being the external walls of the property, have thermally insulated plasterboard, which is basically 50mm thick foam behind the plasterboard itself, and plasterboard on top of that. And then after we stick that onto the walls with dot and dab, we then plaster and skim over the walls and then come up to the painting stage. We haven't done much with the cellar, however we've gone down into the cellar to get the new electric sorted and central heating pipes brought up for all of the radiators. We've got ready here in the back, just painting up all of the remaining door frame. Now we decided to actually keep the door frames of this property for a huge cost saving aspect, as we've just basically sanded them down and now repainting them. Making my way into the kitchen, as you can see, it looks completely different to how it used to be. Now we stripped the kitchen back completely back to pretty much its original brick, and all of the external walls we've put external board insulation, and in fact throughout the majority of the entire walls throughout this kitchen we've used external board insulation plasterboard, just to ensure the property is nice and firmly insulated and prevent any damp seeping in the future. This kitchen that you see here we managed to get in from Howden's, and we managed to get this kitchen in for £1,500 to £2,000. That's everything integrated. That's the hub and the extractor fan as well. Now making my way into the garden, we've had a garden completely cut and stripped back. Still a little bit left to do, obviously. We've still got a few more days into the property, but we've done a lot of work as well in the garden. Now the entire garden completely being stripped all the way back. We're going to be jet washing all of the exterior of the property and all the gutters and everything, just to ensure it has the nice pop finish for the new tenants that are going to be moving in and the refinancing stage of this property. So still a few things left at the back, which will be cleaning up all the garden and taking it around with the wheelbarrow to the skip. But we are looking good in terms of time scale and everything for our investor. Now we've done multiple projects. In fact, this is well over our 45th project, and for this specific investor this is now the 4th. But we basically source these properties for our investors and do this entire refurb at a guaranteed refurb number and time scale. So the investor knows to get a house like this, there's a team behind it to do the refurb to the exact level that an investor would expect to achieve the end value and rental projections that we have projected for them. This staircase that you see here, we went all the way back to the original stairs. There was problems with creaking and everything. So we've gone back to the original stairs, we've fixed up all the issues that were there, and we've completely replastered and rebordered the stairs from here as well. Things like the head height of the stairs, there previously used to be issues with us getting up the stairs without having to duck down, but we've cut back the joist and reboxed the ceiling to allow a nice head height for us to be able to walk up the stairs without ducking down, which was basically a huge thing to look at. Just want to mention, this is something that majority of people thought that they needed a new staircase. Now, when I purchased this property, the neighbours said they were looking at the property before the vendors decided to sell the property, and one thing that they had all thought was that the property needed a new staircase and everything. But in reality, it didn't need a new staircase at all. All it needed to be done was solve the issues. Now, the issues with the staircase was the head height, so walking up the stairs, you couldn't get up without having to duck down. So what we've basically done was cut through the ceiling and allow further head height, which I'll show you guys upstairs. And the issues with the stairs, of all the creaking and the steps coming apart, we basically went back to the original bare bone of the stairs and refixed it as well. So things like this is basically what you guys need to be looking at. You know, don't think, am I going to completely put a new staircase in? Think, what is the actual problem with the original staircase in the property? Same thing applies with all things around on this property. Now, basically, another thing that I can mention is a few of the radiators of this property were actually pretty much brand new. Now, what we actually decided to do was just change the radiator valves, change all the things, the external parts of the radiator, but we actually decided to keep some of the radiators. This is again something you guys need to take into consideration when doing BRR properties. Now, it's the one thing to think, okay, we're just going to completely renovate a house, I'm going to get everything new, but there's also another thing where you've got to think of it as an investment. Now, here's where my company comes into play. And this refurb number that we give to the investor is a refurb number to get us to the end value projections and the rental projections. So things like keeping a radiator, as long as it's looking nice and lovely, we've changed the radiator valves, we've changed things like this, we've repainted the radiator, we've made it into look like a nice and presentable state. This is exactly what you guys need to be doing. Now again, you guys might be wondering how on earth we've done a full house refurb for £26,000, including the windows. And that all comes down to play to knowing exactly what things to spend money on and what things you can get away with just fixing up. All of the old wood panels throughout on the staircase and everything has been stripped out. So we've just replasterboarded this all and replastered it, making it look nice and smooth and lovely. Making our way now upstairs onto the middle floor. As you can see, a lot has changed. Nice bright finish with all the paint. And we're just retouching everything with the paint. So if you guys do see little bits of paint that needs to be redone, that's because we're going through the entire house and redoing that. And again, as mentioned, carpets and flooring still left to do, and little bits of the bathroom and so on. Into this first back bedroom over here, as you can see, everything done nice and lovely. Ceiling's been completely plastered, all of the walls been completely plastered. This being again an external wall, we have completely insulated this. So we've put external board insulation throughout on the wall just to get the EPC of the property to the C and above, which helps for lending, which helps when you're going to actually be renting out the property, you know, which helps when you come to refinance the property. There's better lenders that will lend more money and lend better rates based on the EPC being C and above. So it's definitely something you guys need to take into consideration of. You may have seen it on my previous videos that I've said, but it is 100% necessary. If you're going to do a refurb for the entire house, instead of just putting normal plasterboard, just stick plasterboard with external board insulation on it and just get the EPC assessor in beforehand. Tell them what you're doing. They'll give you a draft assessment. They'll tell you, great, once you stick this on, take photos, or I'm going to come back and take another photo and take a look at it myself, and they're going to give you the full EPC certificate on the registry at a C and above. This is something you just got to communicate with them, but definitely don't look over on these things. What you see down here is the soil pipe. Now, basically, we couldn't get rid of the soil pipe. We couldn't stick it outside the property because it would have hit the roof. Now, obviously, there's a lot of dirt and stuff all around on the roof, but all of this stuff will be jet washed and taken away. But coming back to this soil pipe over here, one thing that you guys got to take into consideration of if you are keeping something like this in a room is just to make it look nice. Now, we've boxed off the soil pipe, we've put skirting board around on the bottom of it, and we've boxed it off, making it look nice and lovely, as if there was nothing there in the first place. So we've pulled through all of the electrics that needs to be done throughout the property. As mentioned, we have had a complete new rewire throughout this entire property, and this will include getting the new EICR certificates and building reg certificates for our investor. Now, all of these extra costs are all included in our refurbishment quote for our investor. Coming into the bathroom, as you can see, it looks a lot different. Now we've put cladding on the walls, so still left silicone around on the cladding and make the property look nice and presentable. But basically this is cladding, so this is plastic cladding placed on the walls of the property. I'll get a photo of the exact material and what it is. But basically this is completely waterproof, better than tile, sticks on a lot easier and a lot quicker to get these refurbs done. Somebody coming in, it looks nice and new, nice and refurbished, and is a great way to save costs on this entire bathroom. An entire bathroom like this can basically come as cheap as £1,000 if you were to decide to use cladding. Now again, things like a brand new toilet, brand new sink and everything coming onto the property, these are general things that you guys want to add as well. But basically this is the cladding, UPVC cladding that we've placed all around the property, but it will be looking nice and lovely once all silicone around, just like how you see it on the top of over here. One thing that you may be wondering is why we still kept the bathtub. Things like this bathtub, it's a lot better to keep something like this than to buy a different one. We'll get a cheaper one and a worse one than what is already here. So we're keeping this bathtub, just cleaning it around and just positioning the shower and everything throughout there as well. Making our way into the front room of the property, it is looking, as mentioned, a lot different. Now again, completely had the ceilings plastered, all of these external walls completely plastered and insulated all around, looking lovely. Now everything here, EPC C and above, external board insulation. Get an exact photo of what it basically looked like around the socket here, but it is looking completely different to how it was previously. Again, a few things touching up with paint, making sure everything is going ahead normal. Just showing you guys around on this side as well. This is where the cupboard is. Now, previously we didn't have this box here. Now, the reason why we've got this box here is because we had to cut away the joists. So again, over here was where the floor was, where basically this entire thing stopped. So we cut back from the floor up to about here. And we then basically decided to box it off to ensure that it is looking nice and presentable for anybody that wants to move into this property. So this is basically where the head height has now increased for the stairs coming up. Again, as mentioned, brand new double glazed UPVC windows throughout the property with air vents as well that are looking absolutely amazing. New central heating, new radiator pipes bought through, everything done brand new, and again, new electrics on this room. Things like brand new doors all around on the property as well, which we're just painting. We're having new door handles and everything bought in on the property very soon. We've got new socket placed in all around the property. And to get this nice and clean finish throughout the property, we basically just plastered all around, put the brand new architraves all around the property and skirting boards, and made the property achieve the high-end value that we are looking for. Making our way upstairs into the loft, a lot has changed up here. So everything completely taken out. Previously, we've had a brand new stair rail put in. Now it's had its first coat of paint, so we're going to redo all of this stuff in a short while. But coming upstairs into the loft, as you can see, it is looking a lot different and a lot brighter. Now, things like this, electrics and everything over here, we've pulled through all the electrics, allowed the new rewire throughout the property. We've placed brand new front window on the property over there as well, and we have plastered this entire room fully around. So again, all of these walls completely plastered. Where it needs to be, we've took the wall back to its original brick and bonding state, and we've completely redone all of the wall throughout. Now, first coat of paint, so still another coat of paint to go to really make the white finish stand and sit in the property. But again, brand new radiators all around, brand new central heating pulled through the property. This being where the previous central heating pipes used to run through. But again, brand new central heating pipes brought out on the property. Now, as mentioned, this refurb includes all of the gas certificates and everything top to bottom for the investor. So when we say to an investor, this is the refurb number, he knows he will not be spending a penny more. That includes all of the utility bills, all of the council tax bills, every single cost that the investor will be outgoing while our company is doing the refurbishment stage is taken care of, and a guaranteed number presented to him at the beginning. There's nothing that we say, oh, we didn't realise this was there, oh, we took back this wall and we realised it's a rubbish wall, we need to redo it, we need to replasterboard it. None of that. We know it needs to be done. We don't care what's behind the wall. We don't care what's on the floorboard. If we told an investor we're going to do the entire refurb and get this end value, that's it. We're going to do the entire refurb and get that end value. That means I'm going to stay here an extra 5 nights, get my team to stay an extra 5 nights, and mornings just get things done. That is exactly what we do and have done, and why we have a successful track record of well over 45 BRR properties done for our investors at the guaranteed timescale and time. Let's see what Korav's got to say. Korav, what do you have to say?
Based on what? Based on the property.
Put this here, put this here.
So where shall we start? I think you have covered basically everything. Nothing left.
Okay, so what do you have to say?
for the property. Property up to now is come really well. After all this work, what has been done, electricity, gas, central heating, new kitchen, new scheme, new paint, basically
Everything.
what it needs to be done in property has been done.
Now, any tips or anything now, like these windows, like the doors I've already mentioned, to get them in as cheap as possible?
Yeah.
Things like potentially keeping some of the radiators, just changing the valves, which allows us to get in
Yeah.
some refurb budgets.
Tips.
What is that
Tips, best tips which I can give, everything which is pretty new, what is the point to throw it, which you get same for same.
Exactly.
So a little attention to clean it, or any radiator leak of paint, and it's already done. So you don't need that when it comes down to put on cost, and if you are in budget, to make the property on the lowest cost, and obviously looking nice. So yeah, that's it.
Any challenges with this property? Anything in specific?
No, I think this project has been pretty smooth. No, yeah, that's it. Timescale, bang on deadline. Bang on deadline. Everybody happy. Thumbs up. So, yeah, that's it.
Say something about how shit other builders are.
Oh my god, that was loud laugh. Well, some of them.
Other builders will screw you.
Yeah, based on the properties, you can't trust 100%. You have to do your homework based on anything, on whatever other builders can say. For example, I can do this on this amount of money, and then as the project goes along, oh, that's problem, and then the price from 20, the refurb from 20,000 could end up 40. So make sure, have to be wisely when it comes to agree on the price. You tell what you want, and they have to give what they promised. So not any penny up or not any penny down. So
that's why I come to a company like us. When an investor expects a refurb number, we give them that guaranteed number, not question of
no ups, no downs.
No ups, no downs, nothing with time scale as well, which is why big investors, big corporate investors, hundreds of thousands of pounds of cash keep coming to us for the next. So guys, thank you very much for watching. Please hit that subscribe button and that like button if you're interested for our company ARM Empire to be able to source you these types of refurb properties and investment properties and do the entire refurb and exit you guys out. Then make sure you put ARM Empire down in the comments or fill out your details on our contact side of the website. Thank you very much for watching guys. Take care. Bye bye now.